Hi guys, got another quick unboxing for you today, and apologies for the sound in here because I'm in my office again and the floor's still all over the place and there's no furniture in here, so it's rather echoey. But it was either that or I have a load of other people talking in the background, so unfortunately you're going to have to put up with the echo. But I've got the Commodore 64 Mini, or the C64 Mini as they're calling it. And for those of you who don't know, this was actually, not this particular one, but I actually had a Commodore 64 when it first came out. And had the original one. I can't remember whether I got it on release date, and it was released in August 82, I think. Let me just check that. Yeah, August 1982 it came out. I think I actually got mine a little bit later. But this came out today, and I just went and bought it about half an hour ago. And it was a complete impulse buy, and I wanted to get it for nostalgia's sake, really. No other reason than that. And I just thought I'd do a little unboxing for you guys. I don't know if any of you guys ever had a Commodore 64. I know some of the people watching me are probably quite a bit younger than me and never even heard of the C64 before, possibly. But it was a great machine in its day. It really spiked my interest in video games. I had dabbled with other things before that. I'd been around people's places and seen things like the Atari, the 2600, things like that. But it was the Commodore 64 that really got me interested in the first place. So anyway, less of that. Let's get on with unboxing it. This one is half size, I believe. So it's nowhere near as big as the original, and I was hoping to get a friend of mine to come over and bring over my old original Commodore 64, which I gave to him some years back because he could actually program the thing, because he's pretty good with 8-bit code. But couldn't do that because he couldn't come over this weekend because it's Easter. So anyway, it's got some games, as you can see. Fair few games. The one that interests me is Speedball 2. I love Speedball 2, but the PC version probably had better graphics, but we will see when we get into it. I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm just going to unbox it today. But yeah, fair few games. Not sure how many there are, but there's a full list on the back, so maybe I'll put a listing up in the video. But yeah, let's get into it. First things first, get my trusty knife out and break the seal. And I have to say, before I open it up, it's actually got lovely packaging for a fairly cheap. Wow, I wouldn't say it's a knockoff, but it's an official item. But it's rather nice to look at, the box. And when you open it up, let's see what you see inside. See if it carries on that inside. If I can get into it. So put the box out of the way. And yeah, that is, I have to say, that's rather nice. Don't know if you can catch the slight shine on the various colours through here, the rainbow colours. But yeah, that looks pretty nice. Really nice packaging, I have to say, so far. Anyway, really like the blue. Probably my favourite colour, blue, but so I'm biased anyway, but there you go. And then we get into it. And as you can see, I don't know if you can make it out, if I get the plastic off. The actual Commodore 64 is, let me put my hand so you can get some idea. There you go. It's tiny. It really is tiny, and it is, I think it's about half the size. The keyboard doesn't work. If you want to use a keyboard with it, you will have to actually plug in a real keyboard. This is just for show, just as a replica. And somebody mentioned online that the colour was quite different, and yeah, it looks browner than the original machine, for my money anyway. Without comparing them side by side, that's difficult to say. But what's it come with? On the back, we've got the power, and we've got HDMI, and then what else we got? We've got 2 USBs and the power on and off button, and that's it, basically. Not much else to see. So let's just stick that aside for the moment. And then let's get into have a look at the I have to say the packaging's really nice. I know I keep going on about it. And this is the joystick. You modern gamers wouldn't have played with one of these. I've used joysticks like this with the C64 and with the PC back in the day. Trying to get decent controllers for the PC back in the day was a nightmare, and it's only in recent years that it's become a lot better with the ability to use the Xbox and the PlayStation controllers. But yeah, this was what we had back in the day. I don't know, it feels a bit different to how I remember. I seem to remember it was a bit more clicky than this, and this doesn't feel quite as well made. It feels okay though, buttons. No, these are a bit spongy, these ones at the back. But it feels okay. Feels like it might work. The ergonomics on these weren't very good because you couldn't really use both buttons at the same time. You had to sort of hold it in a grip like that and try and do it like that. So it was, yeah. But that's authentic, pretty much. I think these buttons weren't on the original, but yeah. I know we've got these as well. I'm not sure what they do at this stage. Maybe look into that if I do another video. But that's that. And what else do we get? Well, not a lot else, I don't think. Let's lift that up. I think we get a manual and some cables. So, I've got the USB cable with Mini at one end, USB-C at one end, I'm not sure what that is. And micro USB, I think that's micro USB actually. Micro USB. Anyway, I'll put a thing up on the screen to tell you what it is. Standard USB the other end. And the ubiquitous these days HDMI lead. So yeah, that's that. And the manual. And I've heard the manual's quite nice. So let's have a look. Quick flick through. Yeah, it's not much in there. It's only a couple of pages. English is, yeah, basically the first 5 pages is English and the rest of it's in other languages. So yeah, hopefully it should get you up and running. And that's it. I mean, there's no other outputs on the machine at all. It doesn't come with a power brick, so you actually have to source your own, but it shouldn't be too big a problem. If you've got a phone, you should have one of those knocking about. And that's it, basically. Hopefully you enjoyed that. That was my unboxing. I didn't actually intend to get this, but it was a pure impulse buy because I heard my mate was getting one, so it wasn't to be outdone by him. All right, that's me done. I will speak to you in the next one, and I'm off to get a cup of tea. Bye.